Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. The barriers for silver, gold, and platinum for January the 1st, 2021. Let's explore! Yes, for technical analysts, resistance is futile. That's right. In other words, they're looking at the charts and only what the charts say. They're not only concerned about opinions or news. And I think that's part of one of the reasons why I don't get into technical chart analysis. So I believe there's so much more to what moves the markets. And the fundamentals are strong with the gold and silver and platinum. And I think that these resistance points or barriers, I think, are worthy of discussion for sure. But I do think that there's some psychology that plays a part in this. But nonetheless, there's something to be said for looking at the numbers and how they can certainly have an effect in terms of the charting and what the patterns are and what they continue to be and how that plays a role for that resistance. So we're going to see and look at the barriers for these three metals here, gold, silver, and platinum, and see where this plays out and see if these barriers are broken in the next few days. 2021 is a new year, so I thought I'd start out the year with as a document or essentially a historical record of what these barriers are. And so we have the barrier for silver. The barrier for silver is $26.75, and gold's barrier is $1,900, and platinum's barrier is $1,090. This is something that with analysts they talk about and look at how these numbers provide that kind of resistance. And everybody feels that there's going to be some upside potential for 2021 for these metals. And I'm of the same mindset. You've heard me be very transparent in my opinion in this regard as to what the prices are going to hold into the coming year. So I want to have this video as a reminder of where the barriers were. And we're also going to take a look and see exactly where the prices are as of the recording of this video. Kind of the markets are pretty much frozen in time here, as you know, it is still the holiday season here, but right now, as of the recording of this video, with the markets being closed in the east and the west, gold is at the ask price at $1,899, so it's right up to that barrier price. And for gold, silver is at $26.47. Still got a few cents to go before it gets up to that barrier. It's providing resistance there. Platinum is at $1,071, and so that's about $19 away from the barrier. Now these barriers, I'm not sure if they're in relation to the ask price or the bid price. So anybody who would know, post it in the comment section below. But typically, there's not a whole lot of difference between gold and silver. There's literally a dollar's and a dime's worth of difference between the two, and for platinum, it's $10. So it'll be very interesting and to see how this plays out, and to see how the year goes as to what see if these barriers are broken. But it's interesting as we start off the new year and where things are going. We have a lot of unknowns in terms of how the public will react to vaccines and how people's bodies will react to the vaccines for the coronavirus pandemic, which continues to plague and is not let up one bit. In fact, there's a new strain of it out there that is it is more contagious, that is making its way. There's also the unknown entities in terms of new presidential administration in the United States, and how that will affect the markets and what the reaction will be to policies that will be implemented by a notably much more progressive, one can even make the argument, more of a socialistic type of a government that we will have in the United States. Obviously, modern monetary theory will be warped probably into overdrive as it has really much of 2020. There will be more of the same as we head into 2021. All of these factors will have a profound effect, I believe, on precious metals that lay outside of the technical charting and the like. So it's something to keep in mind and consider as we as the year presses on here. So we're at the first day of the year. We'll see how this plays out. But one thing's for sure, as we take the time to kind of document these barriers and how the technical analysis and what they predict will be or could be based off of past representations of these analyses, is it does not change our mindset in the accumulation of these metals. One thing I will continue to do on this channel, which I have done for quite a while, is reporting of the news and of these and what's going on with the prices. And I've received some complaints like, well, why do you do this? We know the fundamentals. We're going to stack on no matter what the price is. And I think it's fascinating to see what the news is, to see how it affects. And why is this? Because it's a record. It's a record of what gold and silver have done, and platinum now, but also what it gives you an idea of a look back in time as to what the price movement has been, especially understanding what silver has done over the past really 4, 5, 6 years. It's essentially really tanked for all intents and purposes. Think of a better explanation of it. It's gone down a lot in price. It's only started to recover with this coronavirus pandemic, and it still has a long way to go to catch up to gold in terms of its price performance, considering what's been going on. So there is that record of where it is, and it also gives us an understanding of some of the fundamentals as to why this is happening, and how really reactive these metals can be as commodities. Yes, all three of these metals are commodities. Now, obviously, some hold much more of those attributes than others, with gold having the least of those kind of attributes as a commodity, as people see it as a safe haven, as a store of value above and beyond its purposes as a commodity. Silver has been shifting over the years, and this is why I believe the ratio has widened as such between gold and silver, and why it remains high to this day. Platinum is most certainly much more of a commodity than it is as a monetary metal or store of wealth. But I think its price performance, which I am bullish on, is something that we should take into account and consider as we move on into the year, because I think it's going to gauge some idea about the movement of silver and how it all really ties in to gold there. So there you have it. There are our barriers for January the 1st, 2021. Post your thoughts in the comment section below. We'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch, and encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.